Hello, guys and ladies. Today we're going to discuss Odin and the loss of his eye. I uploaded earlier, but decided that I wanted to do this differently. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a brief moment with you guys and talk to you a moment about what this series is going to be. I know I normally comment on Adrastia or what's her name? Mostly Adrastia. I occasionally do Letitia. But I will still do that. I promise. But I'm more interested in going into mythology right now. Just to relax and share some things with you guys and, kick back a little bit. And I hope you enjoy them. I hope you are able to take something away from them, whether you believe in all of this or not. But in saying that, let me go ahead and put something on the table and make sure that I'm clear. I don't expect any of you to believe in any of these mythologies or ways of life or traditions, cultures, what have you. I don't expect that out of you because I don't want you pushing your views onto me. Everybody has their own path to walk. Everyone must find their own way through this life, and it's not for me to judge. I am simply doing this out of enjoyment. I've spent the last 25 years studying mythology. I grew up in a private school. We had access to a lot of things public schools may or may not have had. And I found it intriguing and continued throughout my life to study it, even into college. I took a few courses in college. But most of what I've learned from the culture's people. From Norse people or Greek, Roman people from that culture. And I did that because I needed a clear view on their cultures and belief systems and to understand it from their perspective, from the perspective of the peoples whose culture and mythos these mythologies belong to. I believe that's important. It creates context and a better view on what some of these cultures believe, their moral codes, or it's it's important to understand that there are different cultures and belief systems and ways of life. And I approached this from that point of view. This particular video is going to go into how Odin lost his eye and why, and give you a better understanding of who Odin is as an individual. And maybe you take something from it. Maybe you just enjoy the content. Maybe you don't enjoy the content. That's not in my hands. I can hope that you do, but that's as far as I'm going to go. I'm sorry, I'm sick. So, a lot of you already knew that, but I'm not here for that. Not gonna go into that. This is chill time. So, we're gonna watch this clip, or these few moments of video, and it's by See You in History / mythology. And I suggest that you go over there and subscribe if you haven't already. They have quite a few subscribers, and I feel like their content is accurate. Maybe not in all things, but in a majority of the things I've seen put out by them. I encourage you to go over there and watch some of their videos. I enjoy them. You may as well. So, with that being said, our first venture into mythology is going to be this. And I will let it play and then talk about it after it's finished.
Odin reigned from high above, in his throne in Asgard, but, despite being quite a sagacious god, he was aware that he didn't know everything, and so he began a quest for wisdom. He disguised himself as a wanderer, and started to roam in Jotunheim, the land of the giants, enemies of the gods. Mimir lived in this kingdom, a quite ancient deity who was Odin's uncle. There, he lived next to the Well of Knowledge. The waters of this well fed Yggdrasil, the Tree of the Worlds. Mimir, using the horn of Galahorn, drank the bled water, and so his knowledge about the world kept expanding. Odin arrived at his uncle's well and asked to drink a bit of the water of knowledge.
Mimir, I am your nephew and lord of the gods. But how can I be worthy of my title if I cannot reach true wisdom?
Being a relative of mine or lord of the gods don't give you the right to drink from my well. The price is too high.
Tell me what's the price then, because I'm willing to pay it.
The price is your eye. I want you to pluck your eye out and throw it into the well, and so you can drink from it.
Odin knew that Mimir was not someone fond of bluffing and jokes, and realized that he would need to pay a high price if he wanted to reach true wisdom. The great god didn't hesitate, and indeed, he plucked his eye out. His yell of pain was so loud that it echoed throughout the universe. Odin placed his eye inside the water of the well, and the sacrifice pleased Mimir. He offered him a horn with water of his well, and asked the god to drink everything at once. After having drunk the contents of the vessel, the father of all got filled with knowledge. The place once occupied by his eye was replaced with a major scar, which sometimes emanated an intense brightness. Odin then became known as the One-Eyed, or the One of the Flaming Eye. From that day forward, Odin started to see the world with much more clarity, and now, with just one eye, he could see much better than he had with both.
Okay. So, I'm not sure how much you do or don't know about Odin, but he mentions that he could see better now than he could with both eyes. But I feel it's worth a mention that Odin has two ravens that he sends out I guess to gather information, for lack of a better term, as to not confuse anybody. They are thought and memory. They are his companions. He also has two wolves. We'll go into that at a later date, because that's a lot. They all have backstories of their own. But I'm going to say this as respectfully to Odin as I possibly can. When, I guess, if you practice Norse paganism, remember this. Odin made a huge sacrifice with Mimir. He sacrificed his eye, but he gained so much more. Some people I've heard, this had me thinking today, which is why I'm doing this video, have the audacity to go to him and be like, hey, give me this. Give me knowledge. Give me wisdom. Give me. Well, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's not going to happen. Well, I mean, it will, but not not the way you think it will. I would advise against doing that without being specific. Because if you go to him disrespectfully and entitled and say to him, give me knowledge and wisdom, and you're not specific, you get what you get. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's just not a great idea. Now, if you genuinely go to him seeking knowledge and wanting to understand, he will meet you where you are, but it's going to take effort. Because if he had to sacrifice his eye for that knowledge, you're gonna have to at least put in effort to learn. And what you can't learn on your own, I'm sure that's between you and he. But always remember to approach any of them respectfully. Um, Otherwise, like I said, you get what you get. And you may learn things, but it may be a unpleasant experience. Just think about it before you approach them in that manner. And remember who you're talking to. But Odin is a very powerful, I guess, entity. If that's the word you choose to. I don't like labels. But according to literature and everything I know, he is powerful. And a lot of I don't want to call them magicians. It seems disrespectful. I don't want to say witches either, because that is stigmatized, but a lot of magic workers channel him. I don't know of a better word, or commune with him, because he very much does magic of sorts, I guess, for lack of a better term. But he appreciates poems and knowledge, so if you want to connect with him, I suggest going about it with that in mind. Respectfully. I will upload my next video shortly. If there is another god or goddess you would like to discuss or learn about, you can leave a comment and let me know. And I'm not just doing Norse mythology, I will be doing Greek and Roman, Egyptian, Celt. You know, it's gonna range because my knowledge ranges vastly. But my first few uploads will be based in Norse, because that is my area of expertise, or my area of interest, to simplify it, I guess. And I will go by what you guys want to learn, and we can go through the edits, we can go through the scrolls, we can go wherever you guys want to go, and we can just have fun with it. If you have questions, feel free to leave a comment, and I will contact you, or I will just answer you in the comment section. And if you are not satisfied or not getting the answer you want or looking for, there will be opportunity to contact me via email. And we can go from there. But feel free to leave a comment, and your suggestion on what you would like to see on the mythology series that I am starting. I hope that wherever you are in your journey in life, that you are well. And I hope that you can find time today to reflect and appreciate all the good things in your life. And I wish you all well, and I wish you all a very lovely evening. Thank you for listening.